Before Ireland was Ireland, it was a whisper in the mist, an island of gods, ghosts, and strangers. The Tuatha Dé Danann arrived in a cloud, wielding magic and mystery. Then came the Milesians, claiming dominion through blood and prophecy. But beneath the myth, real people walked this soil. Farmers, warriors, mothers, watching the horizon for sails. Each wave of newcomers brought change, language, law, loss. And yet, Ireland endured, not as a static land, but as a living mosaic, shaped by every footfall, every sword, every story. The earliest tales of Ireland are not found in stone, but in song. The Lebor Gabala Eren, the Book of Invasions, tells of 5 great waves of settlers, each more fantastical than the last. The Fir Bolg, the Tuatha Dé Danann, the Milesians, each claimed the land, each were said to descend from gods or exiles. These stories weren't just entertainment, they were identity. They gave the Irish a lineage that stretched beyond time, a divine right to the soil. But archaeology tells a quieter story of Neolithic farmers, Bronze Age traders, Iron Age warriors. The truth lies somewhere between myth and midden. Beneath the layers of legend lie the remnants of real lives, ancient hearths, tools shaped from stone, pottery shards worn smooth by centuries. These artifacts whisper of communities that tilled the earth, forged alliances, and battled for survival long before stories were written. Myth gave those early people a framework to understand their place in a vast and often hostile world. It transformed history into narrative, grounding generations in a shared past. Ireland's story is thus woven from both the tangible and the imagined, a tapestry where fact and fable blend to create a cultural memory as enduring as the land itself. In the 9th century, the sea brought a new kind of visitor, one not cloaked in myth, but in iron. Viking longships sliced through the mist, landing at Lambeg, Dublin, Waterford. They came for plunder, but stayed for profit. The Norse didn't just raid, they built. Towns, markets, networks. Ireland's first true urban centers rose from Viking ambition. Gaelic clans resisted, but also adapted. Marriages were made, alliances forged. The Irish language absorbed Norse words. The invaders became neighbors, yet the scars of violence remained. Monasteries burned, sacred texts lost. By the 11th century, Ireland was a patchwork of kingdoms, Gaelic, Norse Gaelic, and hybrid dynasties. The High Kings attempted to assert overarching authority, but in practice, regional power remained paramount. In Dublin, Norse merchants traded in goods as diverse as silk, amber, and human lives, linking Ireland to broader European and Mediterranean networks. In the West, Gaelic poets safeguarded oral traditions and genealogies, ensuring cultural continuity. The island had ceased to be merely a battlefield. It had become a crucible of transformation. Cultural interaction yielded both cooperation and conflict. Legal codes, such as the Brecon Laws, absorbed foreign elements. Artistic expression, metalwork, and manuscript illumination reflected syncretic styles. Yet underlying these developments were unresolved tensions surrounding identity and belonging. Ethnicity, language, and lineage became increasingly contested categories. The definition of Irishness grew more fluid, negotiated in the spaces between native populations, Norse settlers, and their mixed descendants. Political legitimacy, too, hinged on the ability to navigate both Gaelic and Norse customs. In this period of transition, Ireland did not simply experience invasion or assimilation. It engaged in an ongoing process of hybridization. This era laid the foundations for a more complex, pluralistic society, even as it sowed the seeds of future divisions. Modern Ireland still wrestles with its past. The myth of purity of an untouched Gaelic Eden persists, but the truth is richer. Ireland was never isolated. Its language, laws, bonds, and bloodlines are woven from many threads. The Viking DNA lives in surnames. The myths live in murals. The invasions live in memory. In a time of global migration, Ireland's ancient story reminds us, identity is not a wall, it's a mosaic. Every stone in Ireland tells a story, not of defeat, but of transformation. The land absorbed each wave, each wound, and made something new. A language that sings with myth, a people who remember, a culture that bends but never breaks. Ireland's identity is not a relic. It's a living, breathing testament to survival, adaptation, and imagination. Modern Ireland still wrestles with its past. A powerful myth persists, the idea of a pure, untouched Gaelic homeland, sealed off from the outside world. But history, as we've explored, tells a far richer and more honest story. Ireland was never isolated. From the arrival of the first farmers and traders to the waves of Celts, Vikings, Normans, and others, the island has always been a place of movement and exchange. It has absorbed, adapted, and redefined itself through every chapter of contact. Each so-called invasion left more than ruins and resistance. It left relationships, shared ideas, and blended identities. The Viking presence in particular did not simply vanish. It lingers in the DNA of families, in the names that fill our maps and histories, and in the rhythms of coastal cities like Dublin, Wexford, and Limerick. Norse influence lives on in Irish law, craftsmanship, and even in the stories we still tell. The invasions of the past became the foundations of something new, not a fractured identity, but a layered one. Ireland's culture is not a relic, frozen in time. It is living, evolving, shaped by farmers and poets, traders and warriors, settlers and natives alike. The laws changed. The art flourished. Old beliefs blended with new ones. The result was not the loss of Irishness, but the expansion of it. And so Ireland today is not defined by purity, but by complexity, not by isolation, but by connection. The truth is that identity has never been a wall to defend. It's a mosaic, built from countless pieces, each carrying its own story, each essential to the whole. In an age when questions of nationality, heritage, and migration echo around the world, Ireland's long history offers something valuable: perspective. It teaches us that strength can come from diversity, and that what may begin in conflict can end in cooperation and shared belonging. If this journey through the age of invasions and identity has sparked your curiosity, we invite you to keep exploring with us. Please like, share, and subscribe to Emerald Chronicle for more short and fascinating documentaries on Ireland's history, myths, legends, and folklore. There's so much more to uncover and so many stories left to tell. And we leave you with a simple reflection, one that feels especially true after everything we've seen. May the road rise to meet you, and may you always walk it with an open heart. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Step into the past and uncover the heart of Ireland. At Emerald Chronicle, we bring you hundreds of captivating documentaries exploring Irish history, myths, legends, and folklore. Our playlists guide you through Ireland's fascinating journey, from prehistoric Ireland, proto-historic and Celtic eras, and the early Christian and Viking periods, to the Anglo-Irish invasion and the lordship of Ireland.
Delve deeper into the Tudor conquest and religious conflicts, the union with Great Britain and the Great Famine, the fight for independence and the divisions of the 20th century, and Ireland's evolution into the 21st century. Best of all, we keep all our documentaries at 15 minutes or less, making it easy to explore Ireland's history, even on a busy day.
Every time you watch, you're supporting the upkeep of our channel. And when you share Emerald Chronicle, you're helping to promote Irish history and culture worldwide. We kindly ask you to like and share, and subscribe to Emerald Chronicle now. Let's keep Ireland's stories alive together.